This is a quick walkthrough of how the emojis work in Airtable and Airpress. You may come into a situation where you have an emoji in a table name or a field name or a view name or in your content, and trying to figure out if that is going to break anything in Airpress as it relates to specifying your table name in a virtual post configuration or even a formula. And the long and the short of it is, as long as you are copy pasting, like right here, I can do Command A, Command C. I can copy paste the table name, and then I can paste it into my table. If I want to do a filter by formula, I can say copy paste only where description equals coconut. Why you'd want to do this, not exactly sure, but there's many use cases beyond what I can imagine. So if we look at this, and here's our page template, and so I'm looping through all the records from the my table base, so there'll be 2 records here. And within that loop, I've populated this field 3 lemon watermelon, just field 3 lemon watermelon, and I've populated this to go ahead and fetch it. And then we're going to output that by looping through that in a sub loop and outputting the name. And so when we load this, it goes ahead and shows us only the coconut record because we filtered it, and then it's looping through the 2 related records. So if I come back and say no filter by formula, go ahead and get me everything, and we hit reload here, then it goes ahead and fetches both and fetches all the associated records. So everything is working fine. The tip is just be sure you copy paste. Copy paste your table name, copy paste your field name, copy those from Airtable and paste them into your configuration here and into your shortcode here as well. You can also copy paste from your API docs, but just be sure you're not copy pasting where they've capitalized something that isn't actually capitalized. Like the table name here, they always capitalize it in one spot even though it's not in other spots. So I recommend sticking with copy pasting directly from Airtable itself. So yeah, hopefully that clears things up. One last tip: if you are copy pasting a description like a filter by formula here, well, let's follow my own advice. How about that? I'll copy that, paste it here, equals, and I'll use single quotes. The single quotes, if I don't use the single quotes, then it will work, but it won't show back up here because the double quotes aren't escaped. So for those of you who know, you can think of me what you will. For those who don't know, here's what will happen. We hit save changes. It looks like it's not there because of the double quotes, and if you look at the code, it is actually going to be there, but it's nested double quotes and it just doesn't work. So that's something that I can fix in the future. But in the meantime, just go ahead and do single quotes like that. Paste your characters in there, and then it will stay visible and it will successfully filter. So hopefully that helps out. Questions and you need some help, you can always go to chetmac.com/contact, and I would recommend doing the set more link here to go find a time for us to connect on a screen share, and I can look at your specific problem. That's good when you have a very specific question about your use case. If you have a more generic question about the plugin, or a question that you think the answer to which will help many people, you're always welcome to use the WordPress support forum as well. Other people can weigh in. This is difficult because it's hard to get personal information shared back and forth, and so if I were to try to respond to your specific situation, it can be difficult to use this forum to do that. And so I recommend setting up a more direct contact. If you use this forum, I get a ton of spam through it, which is just the nature of the beast. So I highly recommend this. Costs $20 to set up 20 minutes of support, and we can just talk through your specific issue and try and get it resolved. And if not, come to an agreement on how to move forward with that. But again, if it's something generic that you can document and say, when I do X, I expect Y, and that's not happening, and it's something that I can kind of generically answer based on your use case, then this is a great spot because maybe someone else can answer it too, and that's always helpful to get support from the community. So hopefully the plugin's treating you well, and see you next time.